Motivation is a tricky thing, especially when it comes to something as personal and challenging as losing weight. Everyone has their own reasons for wanting to shed those extra pounds, whether it's for health, confidence, or simply fitting into that pair of jeans that used to fit just right. But wanting something and actually doing it are two very different things, and it's in the doing that most people struggle. But before we continue, if you appreciate all the information and the research that goes into making a video like this, it does help out tremendously if you hit the like button and hit subscribe. Thank you, and let's begin. There's a lot of advice out there about how to lose weight, what to eat, how to exercise, when to sleep. But before any of that can make a difference, you need the drive to start. And more importantly, you need the motivation to keep going even when things get tough. One of the biggest challenges with motivation is that it tends to ebb and flow. It's easy to feel excited and ready to take on the world when you first start out. But as time goes on, that initial burst of energy can fade. Studies have shown that motivation often decreases after the first few weeks of starting a new health regimen, which is why so many people find themselves falling off the wagon after a short time. It's not that they don't want to succeed, it's that they've lost the spark that got them going in the first place. So, how do you keep that spark alive? One way is by setting clear, achievable goals. When your goals are vague or too ambitious, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and discouraged. Instead, break your big goal into smaller, more manageable steps. If your ultimate aim is to lose 30 pounds, focus on the first 5. Celebrate each small victory along the way, and you'll find that your motivation stays stronger for longer. Another powerful tool is self-compassion. It might sound counterintuitive, but being kind to yourself can actually help you stay motivated. When you mess up, which is inevitable, it's important to forgive yourself and move on rather than dwelling on your mistakes. Research suggests that people who practice self-compassion are more likely to pick themselves up after a setback and keep working towards their goals. Instead of beating yourself up for eating that slice of cake, acknowledge that you're human, and tomorrow is a new day to make better choices. Surrounding yourself with support can also make a huge difference. Whether it's friends, family, or an online community, having people who encourage you and hold you accountable can keep your motivation levels high. When you're having a bad day or feeling like giving up, a supportive friend can remind you of why you started and help you get back on track. They can also celebrate your successes with you, making the journey feel less lonely and more rewarding. Sometimes it's the simple act of tracking your progress that can keep you motivated. Keeping a journal, taking progress photos, or using an app to log your meals and workouts can help you see how far you've come, even when the scale isn't moving as fast as you'd like. Visual reminders of your progress can be incredibly motivating, especially during those times when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. It's also important to remember why you started in the first place. What was it that made you want to lose weight? Was it a health scare, a big event coming up, or just the desire to feel better about yourself? Whatever it was, keep that reason at the forefront of your mind. When you're struggling to find the motivation to get to the gym or say no to dessert, remind yourself of that reason. It can help you stay focused on the bigger picture. One of the most effective ways to stay motivated is to find joy in the process. If you're only focused on the end goal, the journey can feel like a slog. But if you find activities you enjoy, whether it's dancing, hiking, or cooking healthy meals, the process becomes much more enjoyable. You're more likely to stick with something when it doesn't feel like a chore. Experiment with different types of exercise and foods until you find what you love. When you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work, and motivation comes much more naturally. Let's not forget the power of a positive mindset. The way you talk to yourself can have a huge impact on your motivation. If you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do it, that it's too hard, or that you'll never reach your goal, it's no surprise that your motivation would wane. Instead, try to shift your mindset to one of possibility and self-belief. Remind yourself that you are capable, that you've overcome challenges before, and that you can do this too. Positive affirmations and visualizations can be powerful tools in keeping your motivation high. Of course, life is full of ups and downs, and there will be days when your motivation is nowhere to be found. On those days, it's important to have strategies in place to help you keep going. One strategy that has proven effective is the 2-day rule. This rule is simple. Never skip 2 days in a row. If you miss a workout or have a bad eating day, that's okay, but make sure to get back on track the next day. This rule helps prevent small setbacks from turning into bigger ones and keeps your momentum going. One key aspect of staying motivated is to avoid falling into the trap of comparison. With social media showing us a constant stream of perfectly toned bodies and rapid weight loss success stories, it can be easy to feel like you're not doing enough or that your progress isn't fast enough. But comparing yourself to others is a surefire way to kill your motivation. Everyone's journey is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. Focus on your own progress, celebrate your own wins, and remember that slow and steady progress is still progress. As you navigate your weight loss journey, it's important to be realistic about your expectations. Expecting perfection is a recipe for disappointment and burnout. Instead, aim for consistency. Some days will be better than others, and that's okay. What's important is that you keep showing up, even when things aren't going perfectly. Consistency, not perfection, is what leads to long-term success. Let's not overlook the importance of reward. Giving yourself something to look forward to can be a great way to stay motivated. This doesn't mean you should reward yourself with food, but think about other things that bring you joy. Maybe it's a new workout outfit after hitting a milestone, a relaxing massage, or a day off to do something you love. Rewards can make the journey more enjoyable and give you something to work towards. One of the most powerful motivators is the sense of control that comes from taking charge of your own life. When you decide to make a change, set your own goals, and take the steps to achieve them, you're reclaiming control over your health and your future. This sense of empowerment can be incredibly motivating. It's not just about losing weight, it's about taking control of your life and your happiness. Finally, let's talk about the impact that small changes can have. Often, people think they need to make huge, sweeping changes to see results, but that's not always the case. Small, consistent changes can add up over time and lead to significant results. Maybe it's drinking more water, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or adding an extra serving of vegetables to your meals. These small changes might not seem like much, but over time, they can lead to big results. And when you start seeing those results, your motivation to keep going will naturally increase. Now, here's the part that often gets overlooked, but it's crucial for keeping your motivation alive. Embracing the journey as a path to discovering more about yourself. Weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's about learning what you're capable of, building resilience, and finding out how strong you really are. The challenges you face along the way aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities to grow. Every time you push through a tough workout, say no to a temptation, or get back on track after a setback, you're not just losing weight, you're building character. And that sense of personal growth, of becoming a stronger, more determined version of yourself, is one of the most powerful motivators there is.